Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Let me get this off. I'm going to start with announcements and then we will get right into what we need to be talking about tonight. Let's see here. Okay, today is September the 14th. Hey, Angel, how are you doing? Let me Yes, how are you doing, Angel? Hey, if you can, I'm going to need you to call me after the broadcast because my phone doesn't call out. But I left you my number. I think you have it, but if not, let me know and I'll send it again or give it right here. But I do want to talk to you about what you was talking about, and I also want to run that by the team and see what they can do because if they can't travel that distance, then I may come alone or maybe have one other tracker come with me. Um, but that's just a kind of an update for you, so that after this, we do need to talk a little bit more. So after the stream, if you can, all right, Angel, sounds like a plan. That's great. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up with the announcements, and we'll get started with tonight, and then we'll update for tomorrow. Hey, Ladybug, good to hear from you. Good to hear from you. So today is September the 14th, 2021, and the announcements are I have two Facebook pages. I am streaming right now on StreamYard for YouTube, but this will also, once I'm off Facebook jail, which I think 13, 14 more days, 14, 15, that I'll be back on Facebook, and I'll also be streaming to that channel, which one of the channels is called Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, in parentheses, antlers and surrounding areas. Also, Choctaw Missing and Murdered Woman, WOMBMAN, and Son Center and Database. Those are two group pages that I have on Facebook, and I may be starting a third. But right now, the Oklahoma Predator Watch page is what I will be streaming with this link because this is now an official Bigfoot channel. It started off as training for a ceremony camp, but it did entail Bigfoot locations, areas, and things like that. So we did give information on how to protect ourselves, what to look for, and tracking skills. We will be doing more of that. The museum, the Chutay Ranch Project, CHUHTAY, which sounds like Chu Tay. So it's Chutay Ranch Project, a Bigfoot experience. They will have updates soon, and as soon as I get those updates, I will present those. I believe as early as tomorrow, we should have some information. But if not, hopefully by Thursday, and if not after that, then hopefully when we're on the road. Um, Angel says, "Hey Jay, shoot me a StreamYard link in email. That way we can chat with video too." Okay, I'll see if I can do that. I also have Zoom. If you have Zoom, well, it's on the computer. I haven't used it yet, but I think as long as I got a headphone and a set, that should work too. Also, if you're on Facebook, send me in the messages. We can also chat that way through Messenger. That's what I've been using with most of the people. So the museum will be open in Tallahassee, Oklahoma. It is a Bigfoot museum that will be opening up pretty soon. Oh, okay, great, Angel, great. We'll work something out. But if you have Zoom, send me the Let me get this for you real fast. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. You already have my email. Hey, I'll try to get that wrote down for you. But thank you, Angel. I will be waiting for that Zoom link as soon as we're done here. So the next information, the next announcement before we bring people on is that we are a go for the Bigfoot Expert Expedition. We're calling this a Bigfoot Track and Locate. So we're gonna have this group. It's a Bigfoot channel, but we will be doing tracking in other places. And from what we are seeing right now, we're going to be tracking in other states also. Um, and of course, we will stream as much as we can. It depends on our hotspot and locations, but we will be streaming regularly at all of these places unless we're on night maneuvers, unless we're on night watch or on guard duty. Then we won't stream at nighttime, or if we're observing an area, we will not stream at nighttime. Only when it was safe and where we can talk, we will stream. But if we do have something very, very important, and if we can get that stream going in time, we will show you live some of the things that we see and what we're doing. We also, after the Bigfoot Expert Expedition, the Bigfoot Track and Locate in Texas, we also have to be in Oklahoma the day after, or that day after we depart from Texas. We have to be back in Oklahoma, and it's called a snatch and grab. It's for a trail cam that Bigfoot activity and traps, and I'm sure beings, unseen, transparent beings, are there because we've seen them. But it is a little different when people don't or are not able to see them as clearly as we do. So we left the trail cam up there, which seemed totally on accident, but you know how things work out. It was in a great place to capture a lot of video footage of anything crossing through there, and we do know things were crossing through there. But we just hope that nobody found the cam who might have been up there and maybe have taken it. That's what we're hoping not to have happened. But I don't think too many people travel up this way. We didn't see a lot of traffic. Actually, we didn't see any traffic. We see mostly footprints and traps. So if it's still there, we're going to come back with that information, with that video, with that trail cam, and we're going to share it all here too. And that's the snatch and grab. That cam was left in a Bigfoot predator hunting and feasting lodge area. We did find 2 lodges, one where they hang meat over their lodge, and another place was like a shelter, but it was so camouflaged that you couldn't see it unless you had very good eyes, eagle eyes, I would say. So we have 2 locations for this venture that we're going on beginning Monday on the 20th. That's when this all starts. There are some other people who were interested in going, but I don't know if they're going to have time to get ready because we only have. Well, I mean, you should be able to be ready because really all you need is your weapon and some tracking clothes and your video. But if you do have night cams, I mean trail cams, night vision, thermals, always bring those. Bring your at least an 11-inch knife or something. You know, be safe while we're all out there, but also be ready to defend if we have to, or ready to engage if we have to. We're not looking for that, but we will not back down from any challenge like that. The question I asked also yesterday, what does the word cosmology mean? And I'll get to that one. But the question I'm asking tonight, I didn't get an answer yesterday, but I hope I'll get an answer tonight. And that is, what makes a warrior lesser or greater than another warrior or a challenge? What makes a warrior lesser or greater than another warrior or challenge? What makes one warrior more? What makes one warrior less? It's what they do to themselves. It's not the instructor. It's what they do to themselves. Um, no other channel does or can do what we do. So subscribe and tune into this. Tune in. Then you will be able to see our strategies, our talks, our discussions, and our tactics. If you are staying up with us and catching these live streams, whenever we are in the field and things like that, you will get to see what we're doing, how we're doing it, so that if you do this same thing or need to scout your areas, you will know what to do. And tonight we're sharing updates of missing people and their stories and how we can assist in their trauma. We're waiting for Damon and Malcolm on that also. Ladybug, sorry. Faith Walker, she should also be here in just a short minute. I haven't seen any of those friends yet. So now we are truly a Bigfoot channel and show. Our name is going to be the Bigfoot Expert Expeditions, Bigfoot Track and Locate. Everyone's got Bigfoots. Everybody's got questions. Everybody needs answers. And what we're doing is that we will come out, we will track your areas safely. And like we're doing with Faith Walker and the other gentleman that we tracked his land, we'll come back and give you a detailed report and tell you exactly what you have around your areas and if you need to be concerned or not. But we also will show you how to deter Bigfoots from coming onto your property. And we will also help you clean your house. I don't mean doing the dishes or folding blankets, but I mean we're going to go through your house because these creatures, these entities, they can become translucent. They are known as shadow people. They can hide in your house. They can hide underneath your bed and closets. They can be very small or very big. So when we come to your area, it's not only the surrounding area that we have to clean up or take care of, but it's also your homes. Because you may not know that you have energy creatures or predators in your home. You may have heard noises, you may have heard sounds and things like that. Things that go bump in the night, they say you might not know that you have something in your house. But when we get there, we'll go through respectfully and show you what we look for, and so that we will also clean your house to make sure there's nothing hiding in it while we survey and observe the areas. Hey, Faith Walker, you're here. All right, good to see you. I hope you got the email, the invite. I'm doing the announcements real fast, and then I will bring everyone on. I'm still waiting for Malcolm and Damon. So Faith Walker, we're called the Bigfoot Expert Expeditions. It'll be under Bigfoot Track and Locate. And what I was saying was that we know that people have Bigfoots. We know people have Dogmen, Mothman, Tall Men. They're all out there, different predators. So we know that people have them. So you don't have to try to convince us. Once we see the structures, footprints, how the animals are acting, or if there are animals, we know all these things. So we know once we get there, we know what's going on. what their tactics are, and will help you deter them from your own areas. But we also suggest that you get with neighbors and discuss uh, like a phone tree, just in case. Oh, okay. Faith Walker, give me 1 second. I'm gonna send that to you again. Uh, please, everybody, just hold on 1 second. It's only. I'm sorry. Could y'all hear me just then? I I hit the wrong button, and uh, was everybody able to hear what I was talking about? The that we will come out and track as what we do is we since we're a official Bigfoot channel now, we are doing Bigfoot track and locate. So we will uh, converse with other people who need us. Okay, I'll go over that real fast again. But the name we're using now is Bigfoot Expert Expeditions. It's a Bigfoot track and locate. And what we were saying is that we will get a team up and come back or come to your areas, and we will track your areas safely. And then we will give you a detailed report of what's all in the areas. We'll help you deter Bigfoots from your area. And with that detailed report, you can also share this with your family and friends and neighbors. And like I was saying, if you want to vacate them, at least you'll have all the information of where they're at, what to look for. We will have that posting up tomorrow for the expeditions and contact information. And the email will be, um, I'll type it in here for everybody. And that's also the email to this page, and it's also um, where you would look on Facebook to find the Facebook group that I have. And that's Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch at gmail.com. Um, Also, my tracking school is set for December 1 to January 1. I'm going to put that up real fast. This is track is school that's set for December 1st to January the 1st. As these streams here are deleted after 10 days, people who attend the tracker school camp, we will start over from the beginning to where we are now. Many things I can't show you here in the office, but stay with us. The team will be showing what we do in the field and explain more while en route, but not while we're on a track. Let me take that off. Here at the Bigfoot Expert Expeditions channel, we share ancient knowledge of the predator, Bigfoot. We show you here because you all have been taught wrong by people who have never knew the truth of the beginning, like we have here. And if someone doesn't know the truth of the beginning, then you can't know the Bigfoot. You won't understand the Bigfoot. And I just wanted to also put on here that I've received messages from actually it's one person who applied twice or replied twice. And the first is it was a person who doesn't regularly watch the channel, and they tried to answer the question that the people here who regularly watch or tune in know the answer. And he seems to be a good guy, but when people still don't have the knowledge as the people here do, from the same minded people under the influence of their programming, the same questions come up as always. But the same person said my channel was boring. I knew he hasn't been regularly viewing, because if you find this channel boring, you're not paying attention. And I asked the question, what does the word cosmology mean? I asked that yesterday, and this gentleman tried. He wasn't here through the beginning or even catching some of the streams. He just wanted to guess. And we talked about that. We said that people will try to give the answers or guess whenever they don't know what the answer is. And if you've been here through, the beginning, or at least caught a lot of the streams, then you know about cosmology and things like that. But it's always someone who's just came onto the channel who wants to answer a question, and when they get it wrong, they get upset because it's not what society's answer is. Matthew Boyes says, "Good evening, Jerry. Good evening, Matthew." So he didn't understand the word cosmology, and he got upset. But I also explained, and only the people in this group would kind of really understand this. So when I'm giving the explanation of that, there is a meaning for the word cosmology. It's not in your books. So you're not going all this stuff you're not going to find really in books or anything, even if you Google. But I also explained we shared the meaning of the word cosmology when we were deciphering the Fibonacci sequence. And this is, we got the cosmology right there. Now everyone here, and this is also this is the decipher of the Fibonacci sequence. But only the people here who's been with this channel for a while would understand that. And the word cosmology is very simple if you've been with this channel for a while. We're not making stuff up, but you're not going to find it in the books. You're not going to find it on YouTube and things like that. A lot of people look at YouTube or Google, try to debunk what we're saying, but you're not going to find these answers there. And all the things that we've been taught before are wrong. So don't listen to any other Bigfoot kind of people. So yeah, I did explain that during the deciphering of the Fibonacci sequence is when we talked about the cosmology and the meaning of that word. And we will go into more detail, but that's further up. Like I said, there's are more answers, but we will get to those. Yes, this is not an ordinary Bigfoot channel. This channel has the answers. Here we do not guess, we do not give opinions, and we do not suggest. If any other body or any other channels, guess, gives an opinion or suggest or say this is what I know or this is what I think, don't pay any attention to them. Listen to what you got to listen to, but they don't have the information or the answers because they're already telling you they're about to guess. Whenever they say, I have an opinion or I suggest or something, that means they're just about to give you a guess. They're not going to give you the answer. Now, this person also replied back because he watched another segment, which we talked about DNA. Or he didn't watch it. It's one of the two because he said, there's a woman named Melba Ketchum, uh, mitochondria DNA study of the Bigfoot, and tried to explain that I don't know the DNA of the Bigfoot because no one else does. And so this person's trying to explain to me that basically just the same thing. If I said I was an expert, people will say, "Oh, you're no expert. There's no one's an expert." And just like with the DNA, they're trying to tell me if the scientists don't know the DNA, how do you know the DNA? They're basically saying, just like everybody else, that is basically on that borderline of calling me a liar. So those are things that I always pay attention to because we do have the information, we do have the knowledge, we do have the answers, and we're sharing that freely here. We're not trying to contradict anybody. We're just giving you the facts and the truth. But those facts and truth contradicts the other guys. It doesn't contradict us, and truth is always with us. So I said that she got the DNA wrong, and I explained if he can contact her and send her this way, I will correct her and I will lead her to the answer she's looking for. Faith Blocker says scientists can't even decide if butter is good for us. Yeah, and science always changes, and science is only best guess or the closest guess. And science is not correct if they cannot start at the beginning. If they don't start at the beginning, every answer will be wrong. It may be close, but it will be wrong every time. If you don't start at the beginning, you will be wrong every time. Just like if someone, like some of the children, I'll say, you can correct your teachers if you wanted to, and they'll say, ask me how. I said, well, tell your teacher to count to 10. 9 times out of 10, that teacher's going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I tell the little ones, correct them right then. You say, no, it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's just the way it is with science, too. They're not starting with 0. They're not starting with the beginning. So science always will be wrong. And it is best guess. It's the closest guess to it. So remember that about science also. And here we show you how to do the right way and do things safely, efficiently, and correctly. So we will be live streaming to keep everyone updated and able to see what we do. And you will be learning from the very best. This team is the very best that we have. I would take this team against anybody else. Okay, so tonight, I scripted this out, so we was supposed to hear from Damon first, but he said that he will not be able to make it tonight, but he would be here tomorrow. So we may be able to have him on tomorrow to give us an update. But we will also get to tomorrow's show and everything that we're going to work on and share with tomorrow at the end of this. But he was supposed to have given us the update on the Keystone missing persons or people. There's 2 of them. One is a deceased male, and the other is a female, a survivor of the forest of that night. We was going to do a Q&A and then a discussion, but then again, Damon is not able to make it tonight. But we also do need to correct those things. Our team, we need everyone here every night. Uh, if circumstances do come up, which I do understand, uh, let us know so we can or watch the stream from the night. You can watch it later or whenever you get a chance, but at least watch that stream so you're also caught up because we discuss everything here on the channel. We have our meetings right here. We discuss our moves and things like that, and we will show you by live streaming when we're in the field on things that we do. So next, we will have Malcolm and guest. Malcolm will update us on findings in another location of Northeast Oklahoma. Malcolm, did you get your email? Um, Let me know whenever if you did if you have, please log on. I'm about to add you and Faith Walker. Um, his guest will also provide facts and eyewitness accounts for things that are happening in the Northwest Territories of Oklahoma. So Oklahoma is a very hot spot, and things are happening all over the place. But as we can see, Texas also. Um, and then we will have Faith Walker and a team discussion on September the 20th through the 25th. The Bigfoot expert expeditions, Bigfoot track and locate. Um, so I'm gonna. I don't see Malcolm here. I heard Malcolm, but I don't. I'm gonna send him another invite just in case, real fast. Please bear with me. I'm gonna send him one really fast, just so he has another one. And I sent that to him. So, what we're going to do while we're waiting for Malcolm, we are going to not introduce, but have Faith Walker come on, and we're going to talk about her areas. Oh, there's Malcolm. Malcolm, I did just send that to you. Can you check on that real fast? Because I kind of wanted to do yours first and Faith Walker's because Faith Walker's is going to be carrying us on to the next part. But I wanted to get the updates from you and Damon, but Damon said he won't be able to make it today. So if you can, I'm going to add both of y'all. So Malcolm, I did just send you another one. So if you get it, we will be ready for you. And here's Faith Walker. She's looking at something else.
I'm looking down at the phone so I can see the chats. See if you get both of them going, that's the trick.
Yeah. I was looking at a image that you sent, and I want to see if I can. I really don't know if this will. But do you know the picture that you sent with the funnel, and it had like it was like bent over and kind of looked like a wind boat, I guess you would say that. That goes on the back of those airboats, like that propeller, but it was like an
The
oval.
one that's the cover for this tonight's show, the one that you used for the thumbnail.
Yes. Now you remember I said there's going to be some sharp edges on there because that's to capture prey, or it's used to cut prey, or it's used to funnel prey. And did you see that very first stick that's sticking straight out?
Mm-hmm.
And it's sharp and it's cut in the very top. So if game wants to jump, they would land right on that because they're going to try to go over that. And if they go over that, they're still going to hit that web kind of funnel. And if they go to the right, they're going into a trap.
Yeah, to the right of it was a doorway, and now that one's starting to. It almost looked like the cross brace you put across a doorway.
Yep.
So there was that wagon spoke looking thing, and then a doorway with a pole across the top, And then inside behind there is where it was woven in almost like it's just another structure. It's just like a little room almost. That one's probably 4 months old, 5 months old. And the last time I went, the thing across the top has fallen down, but the rest of it is all still there. But
I was gonna say in that next room or that next area, is it like a corral? Does it have openings, or is it kind of like?
you it's not completely closed in, but it's like you can cross through, like if you're going through a room, like a shotgun house, where you can go through on the other side is a game trail. Um,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a big trap right there. I was
yeah,
looking
I
at.
didn't like going in that one.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
was thinking, since your area, I've tracked in areas kind of like yours before. Um, you really can't see too far, you know.
And that one, back when I was gifting, before I knew I shouldn't be doing that, I suspended an apple from that middle thing, from that bar that went across, and it was tied with fishing line all the way around it. So it kind of had to be worked out of there. It's not something that would have just fallen out. And they did work it out of there. The apple was gone, and it was maybe 8 feet off the ground.
Oh
So
wow. Yeah.
something did get it out of there.
Yeah, like Bigfoot, I wrote this down. They are the spiders of the woods. The same techniques or funnels in their DNA. It's in their DNA to trap like this. A predator's and also giant spiders will use their lodges too. I mean, they share these places. So when you see those funnels like that, they are more spiderish trapping kind of group. They are
That makes sense.
predators, and they are trapping food like crazy, and you can tell because you got blinds there, you got that
Mhm.
structure, you've got pathways, so they're just trapping and hunting and storing food. So like those places you talked about with those big brushes and kind of had that feeling,
Mhm.
that would probably be the place where they're going underground and storing all the food, and they will stay there until that food runs out. But they constantly, because they have that fear of starvation, they will constantly hunt. And even if they've got everything in that area, they will still hunt and they will still look for food. So we need to make sure there's animals in your area, and we also need to deter them from your area, and we also need to get you that detailed explanation of everything that's in your area so that you can share with others. And if anybody else wants to contact us, but you're a part of the team anyway, so um, you can give them information now
Right.
of what's going on, so that
Right.
um, and
You
it's
were
always.
asking about Bigfoot groups around here, and the only one I know is one that has a no woo talk to it. They don't want to hear it, so I don't even really want to bother with them because they don't want to hear it. They've already ruled that out from the get go. They're convinced it's nothing but a big primate.
Oh
Nice
yeah.
people, great people, but they won't entertain the notion of there being some woo to it, and there is. I don't care what they call it. It's just a fact. But you know,
Yeah, I was every Bigfoot channel and group I've seen out there. They don't understand it. They don't have the information. They don't have the knowledge. They do everything wrong. And but I was just wanting to talk with them about if they have sightings. I don't want to hear their strategies or things that they
right,
do
right.
because I know they do them wrong. I just want to know if they had sightings or if they have like pins, to where they have actual encounters and things like that. But I'm sure there's stories all over that place,
Oh
though.
yeah, yeah. The Sam Houston National Forest is not too far from here, and it's a hot spot. There's there's several places out here, um, within an hour of here.
So you are ground zero. You are kind of
Hmm.
right
Yeah,
there.
really, because every direction from here.
Okay, and that's something we'll do when we track. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna go that way. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna go that way. Hit all the 45-degree angles. And when we're there, we're gonna be there at a powerful time because all that energy is gonna be flowing in, and it's lucky that we're gonna be there because we're gonna get the power. We're not gonna let anything else get the power, and we're gonna make sure no predators come in, and we're gonna keep them out through just using this energy and everything.
Yeah, tell them about that. Like how it hit just on the day, and that wasn't even on purpose. It just turned out, not on purpose on our part, but by design. That's how it worked out. But tell them.
Yeah, yeah, that is something too because we didn't design this, venture this way. It just through talking and coming up and everything just worked and clicked, and everybody got together, and then that's whenever I realized, that all this energy is flowing in right now. And then that's when I realized that this is on the fall equinox. This is on, a
Mhm.
power time, and we're going to be right there with the world's second best predator, but we are the gatekeepers. We are the people here, and we're supposed to be the ones in charge, or we are the ones in charge. We can't have predators thinking they can overrun us or come into our places whenever they want and things like that. But it is amazing that we are doing this on the equinox time because this is usually whenever I have my
Yes.
ceremony to keep that door closed. And also on this time, we're going to watch the stars too because right before dawn, we'll watch the skies, look in the east. No, we're going to have to look in the west because that's where the door is. But you're going to see lights traveling across the sky. All these predators that are out there, they're going to that door. And I watch them all the time. They all go to that door and they wait for it to open so they can try to come in. But we've been using our minds and our ceremonies and everything to keep those doors closed, but only let like the energies come in that flow in. So, but you'll see them. They'll start gathering. They know when these portal doors open. It's been for millions of years, and they know that when those doors open, they got a chance to get in here to capture people and things like that. It's like a snatch and grab. They'll come in, grab people, and take off. So there are live portals, um, and Japan has one. It's called the Stairway to Heaven. And right past the Stairway to Heaven, you're going to run into some fog. Fog's not real, but it's going to be up there in mist. And once you go through that, you're going through a live portal. It's the forest is going to look just like here. It's mountainous terrain. There's going to be a cabin over there in that forest. People know about this place, not normal people, but other people. They put a cabin out there. And if you ever watch a movie called Cabin in the Woods, or if you,
Yes, I was talking about that movie last night.
oh really?
Hmm.
Wow, because this is the same thing that is behind that portal wall. There is a cabin in the woods. It is used for hunting people, but it's used to feed the predators. Um, some of the higher ups, I guess you would say, know about this, and
Yep.
they send people in there. They guide people in there. They trick people in there just to feed these predators. And if you do watch those movies that has a cabin in the woods, people think that's a safe spot. The predators will let you get to that house. They will let you get inside it and barricade yourself in, and then they come in. And that's also the way it is happening right now with Oklahoma because they pushed all the tribes into the middle of Oklahoma, and now everything else is being pushed into the center. So we all have to be careful right now, and we all need to learn all these things so we are protected in certain ways. So those Bigfoots are spider orientated in your area. You can tell by the funnels and the way they set up their structures, their corrals. They are capturing as much food as they can in those areas, and we will look through those areas. But also we need to practice the techniques of stopping everything to build that wall, to build your power, to force everything out. And that's by stopping. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Stay right here but also stop talking to yourself in your mind. And that's what we're doing tonight. We're training the mind and the self to be separated so that we can train the mind. And then once the mind is trained, that self will come back and it will learn and it will think different. Right now, it only knows what we've been taught here, and all this information is the wrong information. Um, also, remember, we do not want to connect with any predators in the spiritual or the physical because they will return over and over to feed. Just as feeding them will always they will always be there until the food runs out. Even after death, they consider us still food, and that's why you'll find them in graves, or especially the fresh graves. Um, so I don't see Malcolm, or maybe I'm just on the wrong. Let's see if I can. Okay, Malcolm said that he wasn't able to. He's still waiting for the guy to get back to him, and he says that he has nothing new really. So, Malcolm, we're going to stay with Faith Walker, and we're going to just do a little bit of discussion. And let me try to send one more invite to you, Malcolm. It'll take me just 1 second. I'll be right back, Faith Walker. Okay, I just sent you another invite, Malcolm. Um, or you can type here if you don't get it. But I was wanting to know how you're doing on tires, on your car tires. Did you get the spare plugged up or replaced? If not, let us know. And Damon's not here. I was going to see if Damon could meet us in Antlers and have you, Malcolm, pick us up in Antlers. That may save us some time, or I can be in Durant and you can pick me up going straight through. Also, Liz, could you meet Katie unless Katie arrives later than we arrive? Um, I don't know if Katie will be ahead of us or if she'll come after us because she is coming a little further. But if she does get there before us, if you could meet with her or
Sure.
okay, great, because she was wanting to make sure somebody was there, and she says she thinks you're cool. So
I think she's cool too. Yeah, no
all
problem.
right, okay. Um, and for the times and the locations, we will discuss that in Messenger
Right,
because we want to be safe while we're doing everything in our
right,
travels. And a warrior never gives his time he leaves his destination, even though we haven't pinpointed your destination, but we know where we're going.
right,
The only destination we're talking about is where we're going to be staying for the base camp.
right.
Um, okay, Malcolm's got tires. Great, that's great news, Malcolm. Let's see. So the locations and the times and the arrival we'll keep up on on Messenger with that, so that you know where we're at when we arrive, and that you can meet us there, and we can get started then. Um, okay, so uh, Kathy says, "So cool." And like we were talking about, when we are at this next Bigfoot track and locate, we are going to be live streaming when we get the chance at 9:30 p.m. each night, unless we're in the field for night maneuvers. So we just wanted y'all to uh, know what we're doing and where we're at. We didn't get Damon tonight. He couldn't make it tonight, but tomorrow we should be able to have him on in the beginning to give us an update. And Malcolm, if Malcolm can also give us an update tomorrow, if possible. I know he's got to wait on the other guy for information, and I believe Damon does too. But we are scheduled. We are a go as of right now. Faith Walker and Malcolm. So and Katie. We will um, on the day before, which is Sunday night. We will go over just a little knickknacks of things that we got situated, what time we'll get there, and things like that. We'll have a small discussion about that, and that way we all stay on the same page.
Okay.
Let's see, and so that's all that we were going to cover. But I do need to say a few more things. But Malcolm, if we can get you on tomorrow, and Damon will be here tomorrow. He said we'll get Damon first. Uh, Damon's in for sure. I mean, Malcolm's in for sure. Katie, me, Faith Walker. Damon is kind of questionable right now because of vehicle problems, or also that he said he had some personal problems come up. So he may need time for that. But we have three or four that will be there. We will be en route to your place very soon, Faith Walker. It'll be something to see you in person, I guess. Okay, tomorrow is September 15th. We will be covering the fall equinox and the ceremony time of September the 20th through the 23rd. We will recap the story, The Legend of Time. This also consists of further down the rabbit hole. X marks the spot. Saturn and Satan, portals, and more of leading to the now. By covering what happened after the story, The Legend of Time. So tomorrow we're also going to go a little further after the story, The Legend of Time, and we should be able to get to the dinosaur age. And also, we're going to talk about. Um, oh, Malcolm says he has problems with getting his emails today. Sorry, no problem, Malcolm. We can have you tomorrow with updates if you have those, and also Damon if we have those. Um, so we will be covering fall equinox and the ceremony time, and these are great times for me. I love ceremonies. I do ceremonies all the time. Uh, when we are there, we will be and this time. Oh, did you go off? Sorry. um, Now there is a portal time. Let's see which one's better. And this is the Libra, which is the ceremony September 20th through 23rd. Remember, Libra backwards is, which also means, which in Spanish equals open. Um, so we're also, now during this time also, you're going to see this symbol. Now, does anybody know what that symbol means? There's actually two meanings to this. Actually, probably three. But this symbol right here means the key to the dead. This symbol here means the key to the dead. This also happens to be This is the 144. This is the portal right here. This is September 20th through the 23rd. This is when we are going to be tracking predators, but this is also when the predators come through the portals. This is when predators are more active. I won't say aggressive because they're always aggressive, but they are more active during this time. And at this time, we will be in Texas with Faith Walker on these same power lines. So a lot of people, when I talk about certain things, like if I say the key to the dead and things like that, that all has to do with the Egyptian hieroglyphs, astrology, um, the story, the legend of time, down the rabbit hole. All this works together. And in my journeys and everything, I've been gifted many things and I've found many things. So a lot of people don't know that this is the same as this. So these are the same two things right here. Now, not many people, if any people, not I've never met anyone besides me who has a key. Um, and that's an old key, and I found it in a ceremony place. It was used for bad things, but we changed the energy there. You know, we took all the bad out, but we kept, you know, like the key to the dead. We keep that for safekeeping. We always carry that with when we have these ceremonies and these door times. And if we have the key, it can't be open. So those are. It's more of a spiritual connection because we were guided to these certain items. And I've got other artifacts and things like that, and they're for different reasons and different ceremonies. But I wanted to share that with you because we are a part of this, and we are going to share all this. Um, the more and the further we get, the more information and the more knowledge that everybody will have. And when somebody holds this up or shows you the symbol, you're going to know exactly what it is, and you'll know if there's danger there or if you're okay in that area. Um, Hi, Ladybug, Faith Walker, the Ankh. Yes, that's awesome. Y'all know that. That's awesome. A lot of people they don't, and it's. I'm glad that we're all in the same room. And Faith Walker says hello, SMA. SMA's got a thumbs up. Malcolm says hello, SMA. Hey. SMA says, thank God for you and people like yourself and the knowledge. That's amazing. Yeah, when we go over this tomorrow, we're going to explain about the time that we are in, when we will be in this next Bigfoot track and locate area. Um, we carry certain things all the time, and I was going to use this for a different thing, um, but this is when it's going to be more important because I always have it for this time because this is the dangerous time when a lot of predators try to come in. This is when the rabbit hole, the X marks the spot when the rabbit came through. So these doors open and they know that this door opens. But we hold the key now, and it I didn't receive that for about 3 years ago, probably. And I did some searching and things like that. And like I tell people, I've been all over the place in many crevices and things like that. That it's been an amazing journey. But when I find certain things of importance, I always keep it because I don't trust it with someone else, not unless we all have the same knowledge. And if we all have the same knowledge, I share everything because you have that knowledge, you have that responsibility, and you understand it the way I do. These things are important, even though normal people will say, "Oh, that's a stick," or that's just a green rock," or But all these have ceremonial meanings. They have their own energies, their own type of power, and the symbolism. Other creatures, no. Um, see, SMA says, "Hey everyone, missed you all. We missed you too, SMA. We're looking for you, and we're also looking for Cliff. I hadn't seen him in a day or two. Looking for him also. Universe was here yesterday. SMA also says, do you ever carry crystals or use them for anything? Yes, I do have crystals, and they are used now in spiritual warfare. Like if you can get a crystal, and if you get close enough to a predator, say a Bigfoot, and you actually try to engage, and you can touch the Bigfoot with that crystal, you can actually back up and throw that crystal at the Bigfoot, and it will kill it. Also, because they capture that power, and so you're using power against power, and only power can go against power. Weakness can't go against power. Only power can go against power. Um, Ladybug says, so please expand upon the key of the dead. Faith Walker says, I've never been accused of being normal. That's funny. And Ladybug says, hi, SMA. And SMA says, hi, Ladybug. Um, Ladybug, tomorrow we're going to go over the equinox. We're going to go over the times that we're going to be in. That also includes the key to the dead. I do have other artifacts, but I will show you those when we get a little further, because some of the things I have, you won't understand them until we get a little further. So I'm going in, I guess, like a sequence, so that I don't skip around, jump around, and you don't have the correct information. I want to go step by step, and we're taking everything step by step. Let me see what we got here now. So that's scheduled for tomorrow. Um, and remember, if you don't or you haven't watched every stream, go back and read or watch as many as you can. They get deleted after 10 days, so the quicker you can do that. But also, if you do miss everything, I also have that tracker school camp, which is in December to January. It's always on the equinox or the solstice, and we do have ceremonies, and we do take time to do those ceremonies, and people get to be in those ceremonies and learn how we do things also at camp. Um, but it looks like that's all that we're going to cover tonight, because tomorrow Damon and Malcolm will be here. They couldn't make it in today. We talked with Faith Walker, of course, on that we are scheduled. Everything looks good. Everything's coming together. I don't see any problems right now, because everyone is doing a little bit or being a part of this, so that the whole is able to work together. So we don't have to worry about that. Malcolm's taking care of that. Faith Walker's taking care of that. Damon has kind of stepped back a little bit because he is having some issues right now, but he'll still be there somewhere. I'm on track. I got everything situated, squared away. Actually, bags are always pretty much packed, so I'm pretty much ready to go. So don't worry, we'll be there, Faith Walker, very soon. We'll be saying hi and sharing a glass of water or something and eating some sandwiches. Okay, let's see. Ladybug says, are these teachings in Indian history beliefs or a mixture of your travels? Actually, it started with my family, because I do come from a medicine bloodline. My grandfather, he was a medicine man. My mother, until she kind of shied away from it, then I took up from there. Um, but these teachings, they're always in our stories. We just didn't know as children, because they tell us children's stories. I didn't know these things were my teachings until later in life. And especially, I didn't really realize everything, because I was tracking a 5-foot spider. I wasn't tracking a Bigfoot. But then when I found the Bigfoots, then I realized that this is a part of my teachings because um, not only was I taught as a child, but I also in the adult life, I found the hieroglyphs, the temples, the pyramids, and everyone had the same story. So it's like a combination of everything, but it started at home, and we knew about these creatures, predators, orbs, witches, owls, and things like that, but it was never really defined or never really explained. But luckily enough, finding all this information, I know what is out there. I know how to explain it. I even know how to show you the background. And so, with all this information, we're all able to move forward. And I do appreciate everyone who tunes in every night, so that whenever I get certain questions, like with Faith Walker, I asked Faith Walker to answer that question because we covered that. So the people who are here and listen and learn, and when new people come on, they're going to ask questions and things like that. But the people here can go ahead and answer that while we're still having our discussions. You can answer that in the comment section for us because and I want to thank you for that also, Faith Walker, for answering that. Ladybug says, "Did I find the 5 foot spider?" No, I didn't. I could only go out a couple of times. It was all volunteer at that time. Um, so I never did get to find it, but I'm still on those tracks. But I do know that the Bigfoot and the spiders stay together. So where you find the Bigfoot, you're going to find these spiders. But the spiders like the more of the swampy, cavey, mountainous terrains, which Bigfoots do too. And you will see that these dens are built the same. The funnels are the same. They do learn from the same, and they do share food. So eventually, we're gonna find this, but right now, we're finding Bigfoots all over the place, uh, and they seem to be on the move. And so right now, we're just going to do a lot of locating, a lot of tracking for people, and then we'll pin the tracks and the places we're at for other people to know that there are Bigfoot in this area, they are predators, and to be careful. So all this information is very, very important for everybody, and we hope that a lot of people do start paying attention and sharing this information with each other, um, because we do have missing people as recent as 4 days ago, and if they knew all this information, they wouldn't have been in those situations, or they would have knew exactly what to do. So, um, okay, remember, once we close, store everything that you learn, store your energy, store your power. That's yours. It's nobody else's. You have that knowledge. Before you go watch TV, or before you relax, before you eat, before you see your other, even before you see children, store that power in you. Keep it in you because it is beneficial to you. Your health will also get better. And I think we're going to close tonight. We'll have Damon and Malcolm on tomorrow and try to get those updates tomorrow. I appreciate Faith Walker for being here tonight to give us some updates and get some discussion worked out. And tomorrow we will be going over everything that has to do with the time that we will be in when we are doing our track and our locate. So tomorrow night, 9:30. Please be back again. We'll have those updates for you. Um, and Malcolm, he'll be here. He says we'll do. He'll be back here. Uh, Damon, we gotta see if he's gonna make it back in. But Malcolm, Faith Walker will be here. SMA says thank you, Faith and Jerry. And Faith Walker says thank you and good night all. And I am going to do the same. I will see everyone tomorrow at 9:30 for those updates, and then we will start on the astrology of the energy and the power that's going to be happening at that time. Um, SMA says, "I will be on time tomorrow and up to date." Okay, SMA, please, everyone here, if you can get here on time. Uh, we will. We have a lot to discuss tomorrow, but it's very, very important information. And if you have this information, when everyone's talking about astrology, because this time is a very important time in astrology. Everyone in astrology knows about this time, but we happen to know more than the astrologers. So please be back here tomorrow. We're going to share that information with you. And if you ever run into astrologers and you see those marks and those locations and signs, you'll know exactly what those symbols are and what those times represent. So, okay, Angel, she's gonna give me. I'll give her 5 minutes. So she's gonna send me an email for a Zoom meeting. I want to talk to her also about another track spot possible, and then I'll get with the team through Messenger, and we'll see what we can do, how soon we can do it, and if we can all do it. Um, so, good night to everybody. I had a great night again. Not Faith Walker. I will see Damon and Malcolm also tomorrow. But I do appreciate everybody's time and that we will be getting back to like the teachings tomorrow, especially with the astrology and the time that we're going to be in and where we are, and we hold the key. So remember that we hold the key to the dead. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Central Time Zone.